Hi guys, so welcome to the preview of French Open 2021. This video will be the English version of my analysis. So let's go ahead. Very exciting times again in this French Open. Nadal is looking for his 21st Grand Slam title and looking to surpass Federer as the player with maximum number of Grand Slam titles in men's tennis. And also, if Nadal is able to win, this will be his 14th French Open title. Now, that will be amazing. And that is why I think Nadal will be more motivated than ever to play on this French Open. He has his best chance right now. He's playing well, he's in form, and I think he should be able to get through. On the other hand, Djokovic is looking for his 19th Grand Slam title, and if he is able to do that, I think he will come very, very close to equal Federer and Nadal. And I think in the coming years, Djokovic will definitely pass both of them. But if Nadal is to win this Grand Slam, then the difference would be become three Grand Slams between Nadal and Djokovic, and then it will not be that easy. Okay, on the other side of the draw, Thiem is looking to win his first French Open title. We all know that he already has one US Open, so he's not looking for his first Grand Slam. So there won't be that much pressure on him in terms of trying to prove himself in terms of Grand Slams. And to be honest, he's not in that good a form as of now. He's struggling with his fitness and also with his mindset on how to play these big matches. And then on the other hand, we have very, very in-form players, Zverev and Tsitsipas. Zverev, as we all know, has already defeated Nadal in Madrid this year, a month back, so he's looking good. And Tsitsipas always plays really well on this surface. Last year he played a great tournament and he has given really tough times to a lot of players, even on clay. And I think he will definitely have a good chance as well. So now continuing on, we have discussed about all the players. Now, if you see the top winning percentage at Roland Garros and the current form, you can clearly see why Nadal has been the most dominant. I mean, he has won 100 matches in the span of last 16 years and lost only twice. Now, that is, I mean, an unthinkable stat. And that is why it proves like players, Djokovic, whether it is Djokovic or Federer, have years after years tried to beat Nadal, trying different tactics on different conditions. Sometimes it's heavy conditions, sometimes it's quite sunny conditions, but still year after year Nadal has been able to come out on top. And then once these players were not in form, they were out due to either injury or maybe poor form, then players like Thiem, Murray, and all different clay court specialists, as we say, have all tried to beat Nadal and have all failed to do so. The only two instances where Nadal has been beaten has been one in 2009 where he lost to Soderling, but clearly Nadal was not fit enough to play the match, I would say. But then Soderling played his best match, so nothing to take away from him. And the second time was in 2015 when Djokovic was able to beat Nadal in the quarters. Again, Nadal was fit at the time, but he was not in form. And Djokovic was obviously in form at that tournament, but then he was not able to win the finals because Wawrinka was playing magical tennis that year. So, looking at the draw now, there are a few interesting points. So, we know that Djokovic, Nadal, and Federer, all three have been put in one side of the draw, which clearly means that these three players will meet each other before the finals. That makes things interesting. We have some potential matchups lined starting from the quarters. So, you can see that Nadal and Djokovic is the probable semi-final match, whereas Federer is expected to meet Djokovic in the quarterfinals. Now, what a match that could be if Federer is, able to reach the quarterfinals. And even though Federer has not played a lot of matches, he's coming back after an injury. But still, if he gets a chance to beat Djokovic, he will definitely take it and he will try to go all out in that match, play really aggressive. And we have discussed it a lot of times that Djokovic, although he's a great player, but if you compare the different surfaces, I would say clay, his movement on clay is relatively, he's less comfortable in moving and reaching for the balls here, other than the other court surfaces where he can slide and glide, and he moves, relentlessly and wins the point easily. He looks in control, but not here. In clay, we have seen him, especially against Nadal. He looks to be, struggling against the aggression of Nadal and all the other players. So that is a big reason I would say Wawrinka has been able to beat Djokovic, and few of the other players, even Thiem and Zverev also caused issues to Djokovic in French Open a couple of years back. So I think the main reason is because if players play aggressive against Djokovic on this surface, and if you don't give him time to settle, whether it's on his movement or whether it's his preparation on the shots. If you don't give Djokovic enough time, he struggles on this surface to keep up the same level of tennis that he has on the other surfaces. So not to say that he doesn't play well, but comparing his own game on the other surfaces, I would say Djokovic is more vulnerable in his movement on this surface. So Federer would like to play really aggressive and try to, get the victory. And then we have the probable semi-final match between Nadal and Djokovic, which will be almost a final because whoever wins will increase their chances by a huge margin to win the title. And I think Djokovic is playing really, really well. He's in form. He recently won the Belgrade tournament in his hometown. He has also played really well against Nadal in Rome. So I would say he has a very good chance. But again, Nadal will be the favorite always whenever he plays the French Open. So looking at the Federer's path to victory, I would say uh, it doesn't seem that difficult. But of course, the fourth round match for me is going to be tough for Federer because Berrettini is a very good player and he has played well in recent times. He has got a complete game. He plays well on clay. So I would say fourth round is it is not going to be that easy for Federer. And then of course in quarters you have Djokovic. So it's going to be really difficult for Federer to, win the French Open title, as he has himself said that he will not be winning the French Open probably, and that seems to be the consensus of, everyone else as well. And then let's look at the Nadal's path to victory. So Nadal is playing really well. He's in form. He's fit, and semis I think will be the main match that Nadal has to win. If it's Federer, then I would give Nadal more than 95% of chances to win. But if it's Djokovic, I would still give Nadal like 65 to 70% chances to win. And in the finals, I would say if Nadal is able to reach the finals, he should be able to win the tournament. Djokovic's path to victory. Again, I think because Federer is in the Djokovic's half, in quarters, Djokovic might face challenge from Federer if Federer is playing well, and of course Federer is fresh in terms of fitness, so that would be a challenge. And then of course in the semis we have the big match against Nadal, and even if Djokovic is able to beat Nadal, he will consider him as favorite to win the finals, but you got some really good players out there on the other half of the draw as well. So Tsitsipas, Thiem, and Zverev, they all have troubled Djokovic in the French Open as well. Zverev, I already discussed, had made him struggle a couple of years back. Thiem has already beaten Djokovic in the French Open, and Tsitsipas also uh, last to last year I think played really well, and it he made it really difficult for Djokovic to win. So I would say Djokovic's path to victory will not be that easy. Now, looking at the potential quarterfinals, we have Djokovic versus Federer, we have Nadal versus Rublev. Now, these predictions are based on the seeding. So, Zverev versus Thiem, and then Tsitsipas versus Medvedev. So, I think apart from Djokovic, Federer, and Nadal, I would say Zverev and Tsitsipas would be my picks to make it through to the final. And I would say that Thiem, although is better player on clay than the players I just mentioned, but right now Thiem is not in that good a form, and I would say because of his fitness issues and his form, he might not be able to make it to the finals. But let's see, and we hope that he makes the final because I think Thiem has a really good game to beat Nadal and the likes of Djokovic especially on clay, because he hits with a lot of topspin, and I think he is a very, very tough competitor. So let's see what happens. And then the key factors, if you see the key factors, you will find that in most of the areas, Nadal excels. So if you see the fitness, obviously there is no question, Nadal holds the upper hand there. Then we have the form. Nadal is the most informed player right now on clay. So the court surface, French Open has started today, and we have seen the conditions are sunny, conditions are bright, which help Nadal, which give him more kick on his forehand, more bounce. And I think in terms of fitness also, it gives Nadal more chances to drain down the other players, mental strength as well and physical strength as well. So again, court surface will go to Nadal. Motivation will go to Nadal and Djokovic. Nadal is motivated because he's just one tournament away from becoming the most successful men's tennis player of all time, having the most number of titles, surpassing Federer, and getting an upper hand. Definitely, in my opinion, in the GOAT debate, is if he is able to win 21st Grand Slam title. Even though people, might argue that he has won 14 in the French Open if he wins, and it's more Grand Slams in one on one surface as compared to the other surfaces. Still, I think winning these many number of Grand Slam, whether it is on one surface or two surfaces, whatever it is, at the age of 35, we see if he is able to win this Grand Slam with Djokovic, with all the talent that is there, I think we have to consider his that point, that he has won more Grand Slams than Federer, and it will be a very, very crucial factor in the GOAT debate. Although that's an hypothetical question, still I would say Nadal, if he wins this tournament, it will give him an upper hand there. And Djokovic on the same time will be really motivated to stop that from happening, because he's just a couple of Grand Slams away from Nadal and Federer. So if he is able to win this Grand Slam, it will bring him really close, just one, behind Nadal and Federer. And in the coming weeks, there will be Wimbledon. We all know that Djokovic will be favored to win the Wimbledon title, and I would say it will open up a lot of opportunities for him to, surpass Federer and Nadal this year, and take the lead if he's able to win the French Open, because then there is the Wimbledon and US Open where Djokovic can consider himself the favorite, obviously. And then the fans' delight, which is the final factor, I would say that will go to Federer, because he's coming back after a long time and he's not playing that much tennis. So people really, the fans all over the world have already started to miss him, and everybody will be delighted to see him play, no matter till which round he goes. But we'll all be thrilled to watch him play again, and his style of play really is good for the eyes. So let's see how far he goes, and if he's able to make it to the quarterfinals and play against Djokovic, that will be a really good and interesting match to see. So prediction wise, I would say Nadal is going to win the French Open, and in the second half of the draw, I would say Zverev, I think, might be able to make it to the finals, but obviously Nadal will be winning the French Open, I would say, in four sets. It might also be in straight sets, but I think Nadal has the upper hand there. So that will be my prediction, that Nadal is going to win the French Open title and get to 21 Grand Slams. Very well deserved. That would be a very well deserved achievement. And let's see what happens. But that, as the draw progresses, as the tournament progresses, we'll know more about the form, the conditions, and also the results. So let's see. And thanks for watching.